This series has been cooked up in the oven. Now we serve it in the bowl. The Drummond Street Bowl, the home of the Mimico Mountaineers here at Mimico Arena. For game number 4 of this series, Burlington taking the 2-1 lead via a 12-8 victory 2 nights ago in Burlington. I'm Matthew Carrick alongside our JVI Sports Network crew as we present Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoff action, brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. Burlington will be in their black jerseys with red lettering going right to left, working away from Deacon Knott, who has been spectacular in this series, as has Nate Whittam. Deacon Knott up for Goaltender of the Year as the end-of-season award nominees were announced on social media earlier this week. Over on the other side for Mimico tonight is Nate Whittam, who has gone the distance here in the series. Already a bit of a shoving match between C.J. Kirst and Andrew Vredenberg back in the restraining line. This is about the time in this series where people get upset with each other. If you've been watching this series, there's no chance you're upset. It has been as tight as they come, and we're happy to bring you game number 4 here. Early shot from Braden Saris, who scored on a penalty shot late in the third period. Gave Burlington the lead, nearly forced overtime. Finn Thompson had to do that before it was Cameron York winning game number 2 last time we were in this building. Their officials tonight, Mark Thompson, Joel Furman, and Kyle Kennery. They go to Saris again, through the middle, low shot there. Alex Marinier on the run. Bounces all the way back to the restraining line for Ben Trumbull, who will bring it down. Trumbull part of that trade with him, Zach Thompson, and Deacon Knott coming over from Peterborough. All 3 have made a major impact since that trade deadline. Saris stumbled down to a knee. 10 left on the shot clock here for Saris as they go back into the middle. No room to shoot. So Marinier will just lob it all the way down the floor and bring Mimico back. Vredenberg got a big piece of Justin Lee, and speaking of a big hit, early one there as down goes Nicholas Volkov on the loose ball. That'll draw a crowd and a bunch of shoving, and the ball will go back the way of Burlington. Quickly Owen Taze to the crease, and Sam Perron, who scored in the back-to-back games now in this series, had that one bounce off Whittam. Tanner Thompson telling me before the game that they want to control the transition of Burlington. That starts with number of shots that they have missed the mark. Here, when the shot goes wide, Burlington will take off and run. When the shot's on target, told me straight up they can't do that. So they've been working on shooting in practice as that shot finds the target. Braden Saris then, he got filled in by the defender, but a little too much extra from Aaron Taguri. Of course, older brother, nicknamed the Pitbull when he played here in Junior A. Both have very similar styles. Shot from way outside. That's Braden Saris taking it in on Whittam again. Reached down to his left foot to turn that one aside, and the rebound goes the way of Mimico as they break in. 2.5 minutes of scoreless lacrosse gone here in the first period of 3 scheduled 20s. Captain Finn Thompson down in the corner, and the supporter section comes to life. Justin Lee falls though. Ball bounces straight to Hayden Hiltz, who's down. Big fake and scores. Hayden Hiltz going to be the beneficiary here as Lee goes down, tripped up, and that ball bounced right into the stick of Hiltz. And away he goes, a Team Ontario representative on the field lacrosse side, announced earlier this week as well. Comes 2:51 into the first period, and Burlington have struck first often in this series. Game number 1, it was a 2-goal cushion in the first. Scored just the first goal back here in game number 2. And game number 3, it was 5-0. Past the midway park, of that first period out in Burlington. Blaze keeping it to the outside. Chuck Rawson putting in work. No room to shoot, and now it finally does come. It will be over and back here against Burlington. Keeping one eye as well on the game in Pickering tonight. Early lead for the Toronto Beaches, up 1-0. Trying to keep their series alive and force a game number 5 in Orangeville Saturday night. Justin Tavares up top. He'll pass across for Lucas Dudemain. Tavares shoots, and that forces not to go down low. He'll hang on and make sure there's no rebound. Right off to his right-hand side is Alex Roussel. Him and Cole Begley slot back into the lineup for the Mimico Mountaineers. That means that Ethan Brown and Kyle Kerrigan and Cameron Essenza, 3 players who have seen time in this series, all missing this one. Quick shot right on the doorstep from the Game 2 hero, Cameron York. It's enough to reset the shot clock, though, as York picks up his rebound. All the way up top on the run, Marinier. Lets it go, Brooks English. Pardon me, that was Will McLeod. Controlling possession again. Another wide shot that bounces up, and Saris couldn't get it. Transition for Mimico. Lowering the shoulder and slowing things down. Ben McIsaac. They go over top of the defensive set. Isaiah Moran-Weeks, not sure where it was. And Hiltz there to get the rebound, but look out, it's back for Moran-Weeks again, and recovering was Hiltz to send it aside. Mimico supporters want a call there on Weeks, who got filled in as that shot was about to come on the crease. Nothing developed though, and after 5 minutes, we've got a turnover and a 1-0 lead here for Burlington, who also lead the series 2-1. Dudemain found Justin Lee cutting through and just hit off the head of the stick of his cross there. Waters. Shot just wide. And now heading down is Nicholas Volkov. Arm is up. And it'll be a holding call. I wondered if we were going to get our 3rd Burlington power play of the game, or of the series. 3rd Burlington penalty shot that should have been. But instead, it's just the first power play of the game. Yeah, not a... Could perhaps argue a clean breakaway there, but not enough. It's been Braden Saris that has taken and scored both of the penalty shots so far. He'll start up top with the ball right now for this power play of Burlington. Saris up top, the shot there. Whittam was going left, ball went right, still knocked off the Mimico goaltender's shoulder. Now Marinier will take top spot. We've got English down in the crease, I believe, who now comes up top. They're trying to open a shot. It looked like therefore Marinier or Saris, who now gets run over looking for the loose ball. This is McIsaac again. McIsaac hard into the end boards while he was stumbling. One-handed scoop. McIsaac facing a double team. All by himself with swim move out of trouble. That's Will McLeod and Chuck Rawson providing defense. And now the pass up top brings the Mimico supporters to life. CJ Kirst to the crease. And handled there by Knott. Kirst and Ty English continue their conversation that started on the opening face-off. New Jersey product from Mimico, stirring up trouble early. They go to the quick stick to the Blaze, though. And rebound here. Gets away from Rawson and everybody else, and Mimico will bat it across the over and back line. .38 seconds left here in the power play. not had a bit of trouble with that in the crease, and Mountaineers minor system behind the net made sure he heard about it. Here's a shot from Saris. That hits off the pipe. Rebound in the stick of Mimico. Mountaineers are going to take it out in the cross center, and they can take this power play all the way down, as there's only about an extra 9 seconds over the penalty time remaining. Judamain wants the ball in the corner. Kurz to lower his shoulder and go one-on-one instead. Big tie up far side, and he's going to hold his ground. Not sure where that ball was, but it did stay in front of him. In behind the play, Finn Thompson, Hayden Hiltz having a conversation, and Thompson has had only really one breakout game in that first game. Of course, scored the clutch goal with 1 second left, nearly getting decapitated in the process in game number 2. But you think of Saris and Marinier, who have put up multiple, 7-goal performances between them. That number is very much glaring on the point side of Finn Thompson. Here's Waters. Long shot off the shoulder of Knott. Thompson up for league MVP, MOP. After back-to-back scoring championships for number 17 in blue. Here comes the shot, bounces off of Whittam. Rawson gets the rebound and then gets crunched into the outside boards, but will still be able to one-hand it down into the corner. Minute and 12 away from the halfway mark. Just the 1 goal to speak of so far. Sarah's trying to change that on the give and go with English. And Rawson got run over, and that'll give Mimico back possession. Quickly up the center for Lucas Billing. He'll wait for Kurz to slow things down, and Roussel will walk it down into the corner. Popping out there was Tavares, setting a couple of screens, none of them able to spring Isaiah Moran-Weeks. Ball lost in the feet of a couple different players, and Kurz got bumped out of the way, allowing Hiltz to break out. And you can see the transition defense there of Mimico. Well aware that the Blaze want to take off. No room here for Sam Perrant. One of 5 to Pian Knights, who watched game number 1 and then subbed in for game 2 and had an immediate impact. Look out here, Justin Tavares all alone. Tavares scores! And he's fired up about it as he salutes the supporters section in behind the net of Deacon Knott. Justin Tavares scored in the playoffs last year as an AP, and now he does it again, tying this game up at 1. How about both goals in this game so far? Coming via transition opportunities. Second away from the halfway mark. Another period, 1-1 is the score. And would you expect anything less from this series that has been as even as they come? Kirsten Vadenberg, get a word from referee Kennery before the faceoff drops. Roussel gets drilled into the outside boards. Now Taguri joins the pile, and somehow the ball bounces all the way back down into Burlington territory. Vradenberg, the captain, over everyone to Alexis Samard. He'll leave for Chuck Rawson. He finds Marinier slow off the bench. Back for Rawson to the outside for English now. That's Brooks English. Mimico player felled up top. The bench calling for an interference call. Shot clock going to expire anyways. Penalty coming. That was a rough and tumble set. And it'll be a holding call, and I believe it's coming to Mimico. Pardon me. It's going to be Burlington. And it'll be Brooks English, who gets reminded that you can indeed not do that. Mark Thompson on screen giving you the explanation. All three officials tonight, by the way, have refed at the NLL level at some point, so as much as these players, this is the league where players come on their way to the NLL. These three officials all started here in Junior A before going up the ranks. Finn Thompson's shot turned into the corner by Knott. He was stumbling as he got hit, and Roussel will pick up. Fakes the shot up top. There for Lee, now Dudemain. Lee playing catch. Moran Weeks here on the near crease, the only one not to touch it so far. Roussel. Back for Lee, he got held up and then forced a low pass in on Dudemain. 6 left in the shot clock. Dudemain drags down, and that shot just over top of the crossbar and will go the length of the floor, taking 46 seconds off the penalty time. Cameron York will start it in the corner here. Takes a huge bump that knocks the ball free. That was Aiden McDonnell, who's now going to await the pass. Mimico already on their 8-second count to get out and over center. Burlington bench was all over that. Wanted the call, not going to get it. Here's Roussel. The lefties, Dudemain and Moran Weeks already out there. Righty Justin Lee will pass the ball, and now it's up top to the quarterback, Finn Thompson, whose shot hit off Hiltz. Nearly came back to the crease, and Roussel got sidestepped by the ball carrier, Hiltz, who gets double teamed. That's going to pop the ball free, and it's an 8-second count against the Blaze. 33 seconds of power play time left. Lee snipes. Excuse me, that's Finn Thompson, who gets the MVP chance from the crowd here in-house. You could see him looking to the bench there, Dudemain. And then Thompson does exactly the same thing. I'm not sure if that was a set play or not for Thompson to stand and rip. But it works as Mimico's up 2-1. Thought they had gained home floor after game number 1. Gave it back in overtime, and home floor advantage still in play with Burlington winning game number 2. Here comes Ben Trumbull. Bouncer here for Thompson. He'll flip it across. Mimico on the 8 count again. They will clear center. It's Kirst. Putting it here to Waters, Dudemain. Kirst had cycled through Dudemain, couldn't find him off. Knott and the crossbar out to the far side. Ball just scooting away from Jacob Keller, allowed Ty English to break out in transition. Brendan Boyle will now slow things down as those two players head off. Chuck Rawson with less than 7 to go here in the first period. Saris in the corner. Goes past everybody in a quick release from Will McLeod. For all the goals, that McLeod had scored. He has been relatively quiet in this series, although has got his share from the left side as well. Moran Weeks, moving screen called there as Vredenberg got knocked down. That'll give it back to Hiltz. Hiltz and York. Again, the game number 2 overtime hero. One of 5 Nepean Knights that have at least dressed, if not had an impact on this series. Shot from up top hits a body and picked up, and here they come again. This time Owen Hobbs slowing things down. Hobbs will turn back. Passing it to Roussel as they await the change. Roussel faked the no-lick up top to Thompson. Got it here to Kirst, who's a long way from his correct side, but dropped his man, and then right at the shot clock, Thompson. Well, I was wondering if he was getting a penalty for an extra slash, but it's Deacon Knott calling for a water break. Gives us a chance to check in on the other series. Orangeville Northmen can sweep away the Toronto Beaches tonight with a win, improving their record to 27-0 on the season. 3-2, the Northmen lead over top of the Toronto Beaches. Should that series require a game number 5, our crew will be in Orangeville Saturday night for a 7 p.m. start time. There is a game number 5 in this series. It's Saturday night as well in Burlington, also scheduled for 7 p.m. Only way you can see that one is to show up. We encourage you to, whatever building there is a game, go and grab a ticket, because this OJLL playoff season has been spicy. Saris in the corner, Marinier nods to the bench as they called that play coming out of the Gatorade break. Marinier knocks his man into the crease and then drops back, and you can see how that opens up shooting space. Nothing that Ben McIsaac can do. To the right of Nate Whittam, but it is tied up 2-2. Another face-off battle, and face-offs in this series have been dominated by Steve Delamonte. Looked like he had another one there, but Kirst gets it back and dives to the crease. Feet have to stay out of the cylinder, which goes from the floor basically up to infinity, and the feet have to stay out during the dive. And official Joel Furman said no, they did not, and I think it was a good call. Here's Saris on the run. The shot in there bounces off Whittam. Rebound up for grabs, picked up here by the Mountaineers as they come across center. Ball tipped away from Aiden McDonnell. He goes back after Saris to knock it here in the direction of Lucas Billing. Billing then took a bump from Trumbull, and it's going to be Ty English that brings it back down floor. Closing in on 4 minutes to go here in period number 1. All knotted up at 2. Glove goes flying off the hand there of Marinier, and the hand of the official goes sky high. So delayed penalty coming. Braden Saris, the extra tacker. As the shot comes from the outside, we got a tie up down in the corner. Marinier's calling for it on the crease. It's Marinier finding Saris, and now we do get the penalty call. It's going to be offsetting. Not sure if we can see it off to the left-hand side. Oh, that's the initial one there on Saris. And then a second call later on against Taguri, who was tied up with his man in the corner. So this looks like it's going to be a full 2-minute 5-on-3 power play for Burlington. Yes, that's what's gone up on the board. Roughing and high sticking look like are going to be the calls to Aaron Taguri and Cole Begley, respectively. Ty English will stay up as the safety valve. Here's Saris. No shot for Saris, so he goes back to the crease. Marinier Looking back to the lefties, and as it comes back, it is indeed Saris that rips home the power play goal. The top of the triangle power play there is McIsaac, and you can just see that as the ball goes to the left-hand side, he's got to follow it across and take the shot away, which then opens it up for Saris on the return. And it is a 3-2 lead now for the Burlington Blaze. Rawson and McLeod switching on the near side, still a power play. Here is it. Works back into the corner. That was Sam Perrant. Giving it to Saris. His hard pass. Bounces off the boards back to him. Saris back across for Perrant. Saris one time in the corner. And Rawson's shot handled by Whittam. Minute 7 seconds left in the power play. Under 3 to go in the period. Mimico across center. Can't go over and back either once you crossed him. That was pretty darn close for the Mimico penalty killers. Caden Brennan still with it, has yet to cross the blue face-off restraining line. Now he'll give to CJ Kirst. Finn Thompson collided with his man, and no moving screen call there, though Burlington wanted one. Connor Knock, couple goals in this series, including last game. Gets it back here to Will McLeod, and they'll work the final 30 seconds of this power play. Setting up, that looked like a Marinier shot all the way, but no angle, so he got the lefties involved. Back for Saris, now his shot is wide. Off the end boards, this will not be over and back. It's saved there by Will McLeod, and Mimico had already gone off for a change, as had Burlington, so it kind of sat there. Lee waiting for the change. It now comes, and Thompson will find Moran Weeks. Look at the passing play here. They score. Yes, indeed. Justin Lee. In the play from Waters, and you can see the door open up there, and Knott has been making those saves in the series, but not that time. As Thompson will pick up another assist. Off to 3 goals. Showing 2 points, a goal and an assist. Another face-off win for Delamonte, though, as again, almost guaranteed at that draw dot for Burlington in this series. Will McLeod slowly jogs around the outside. Rawson all alone up top, wants it. He'll pass back to McLeod here. Under 10 to go in the shot clock. Winding up is Marinier, lets one fly, and Whittam not sure where it is, but now picks it up. An illegal cross-check has caught the eye of the official, though, and is it Mimico again? Aaron Taguri back to the box. This time for an illegal cross-check. It comes less than a minute after this game was tied up by Mimico. Minute 15 to go in the period. And Kyle Kennery's hearing it from all sides here in Mimico. Saris gets a screen in front, and he was looking for the corner. It was there, but the shot was just wide. Mimico will pick up the rebound. Heads up as Will McLeod came in with the bomb doors open. Aiden McDonnell will find Ben McIsaac. Two names that have been playing lacrosse with each other for quite some time. Dudemain off the bench across center. Dudemain on the run, but he's on his wrong side. Gets pushed out wide, now takes a big hack. Right in front of our broadcast position is Alexis Simard. Gonna chase him even further. And Simard, hard on his man, will get the 30-second violation. No timeouts called as of yet. Both teams have two they can use. At any point they won. Only one per period though, as we're down to about 18 seconds. Still in the power play. I doubt Burlington will. And they're not gonna need it. Marinier shot through traffic, power play goal. Aaron Chiguri comes out of the box and stares down both the official and Marinier. You can see the shot knocking the stick of McDonnell out of his hands. Marinier already with a pair, as him and Saris combined for 3 goals and 5 points. Already in this first period off 4 Burlington goals. 13 seconds left. Delamontache left the ball all alone. Now they look to go back to Delamontache. Comes back down, and Mimico going to swarm the ball here. Knott was asking if they wanted him to come out of the cage, and the answer was no, but what a first period, back and forth again, as we've done pretty much every period in this series so far. 4-3 is the lead for Burlington. You're watching game number 4 of this series between Burlington and Mimico. It is the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoff game of the week, brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. We're back with period number 2 in about 10 minutes.
On our family dairy farm, there's a saying that the sun doesn't start the day, we do. It's our daily reminder to be our best, make our best, and that our dairy farm doesn't just take care of our family, it's part of something bigger. That's dairy done right.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Gatorade.
Your Ontario Junior Lacrosse Playoff Game of the Week brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. It's hit the second period. 4-3 for Burlington after one. They also lead the series 2-1. Before we get too far into this second period, we want to shout out and congratulate head coach of Burlington, Dan McCray, announced his retirement from the National Lacrosse League today. 13 seasons and the captain, first and only captain in franchise history for the New York Riptide. Congratulations, Dan McCray, who is, again, the head coach of this Burlington Blaze. Another face-off drawn out there by Delamontache. They put Alex Roussel in to see if they could change the outcome. Did Mimico. The ball ended up going up and into the benches, though, so looked like the face-off win for Burlington, but possession here for the Mountaineers. Lead to Dudemain. Thought he had Lee Cutting, and those two couldn't connect. It's Vredenberg. That picks up the loose ball. Trying to come across center. Lee will keep him there, as will Tavares, and then they eventually push him back over, but the ball had already gone. Still tied up right at the face-off circle. As trying to turn back on Mark Waters was Ben Trumbull, and then an outside shot rips off the pipe. Aaron Taguri finds Tavares. High jumping over on the far side. Passing here to Jacob Keller. High pass that Finn Thompson brings down. Keller will wheel over the top of Thompson's screen, takes the shot, and that gets through to Knott, who makes the clean catch. Not so clean was the outlet pass to the left-hand side, though, as it is now picked up, and the Blaze run in with it. Cameron York taking Rawson's pass. Work around the far side. Sam Perrant. Perrant back for Rawson. York setting the screen again. Rawson's shot bounces just wide of Whittam. Continues to bounce up and out of play. Right at the time the shot clock was sounding. Big swim move from Owen Hobbs, trying to elude the high forecheck. Lucas Dudemain will get it back. Dudemain stutter steps, crashes into the double team. We'll now get a screen from Justin Tavares before passing into the corner here to Roussel. Lee looking to set a screen to spring Roussel, and got a delayed penalty coming here against Burlington. Whittam on his way to the bench and not going to get there before the penalty. Just one power play surrendered in that first period by Burlington. It was a Finn Thompson power play goal. As we get our first wipe down of the day. That's compared to the 4 that Mimico gave up to Burlington, who scored on one of them. Scored twice. Braden Saris and Alex Marinier. While we wait for the wipe down, we remind you, should there be a game number 5 between Orangeville and Toronto, it will come on Saturday at 7 p.m. That'll be game number 5 of this series as well. Out in Burlington, Orangeville up 7-2 right now as they have exploded in the second period. Already a pair of goals in what looks like just over 3 minutes for the Northmen out in Pickering. And they've scored again. You can make it now 8-2. Dudemain, pass from behind the net. Mimico like to do that on their power play. And it sprung Dudemain, but his shot went over top of the net. Low off the pipe, and Whittam had it trapped between the left foot and the stick. He was dancing around in the crease. Ball stayed right where it was, though, off the Volkov shot. 36 seconds gone in the power play. Mimico setting up again. Moran Weeks down in the corner. Thompson will go off the top spot. Here's Waters, Lee in the middle. Roussel had not ducking. Shot never got high enough to go over top of him. Here goes Ben Trumbull. Caden Brennan went flying in there. The huge head of speed knocked the ball free, and now McIsaac will give to Tavares, and Thompson will slow things down. 45 seconds left of the penalty time. Roussel back to Thompson. Big screen in front of Finn Thompson. Will he get the shot away? He goes to the quick stick for Moran Weeks, and he was all tied up. Excuse me, it was Dudemain there on the left side of Deacon Knott, but Alexis Simard bringing it across center. Can't quite take the penalty time all the way down, but about 2 seconds separating penalty and shot clock. Will McLeod sending it across the top. Rawson, Billings was all over him and made sure there was no shot. Here's Tavares as the penalty expires. Mimico 1 for 2 now on the power play this evening. CJ Kirst will take it. Dudemain setting the screen in front of him. Now Tavares trying to open space as well. Kirst will go to Tavares. Tavares back in for Kirst. All kinds of moves in front of Knott. And then the shot, and we got a turnover. They're giving the ball to Mimico here. They want to wipe down as well. I have to see. I'm not sure what happened after that shot, but somehow Mimico gets the ball back here. This comes 4.5 minutes into the period. Kirst is going to head to the crease, and this is just a tap dance recital. Oh. I wonder if it's the interference after Kirst was filled in by Brendan Boyle on the near side. As we show you a look at the packed house here at Mimico Arena in South Etobicoke. Hosted game number 2, a 10-9 overtime victory by Burlington. You saw right here on the YouTube channel. Now game number 4 will be back here Sunday if required. Touch pass from Finn Thompson to Dudemain, who was cutting through. Second shot ended up going way high. Somehow avoids all the netting up in the rafters, and now the shot from Lee in on the crease. Handled there by Knott, and they'll turn it back to Burlington's way. We are 5-on-5 with just about 5 minutes left. Little back check forced that shot high on the mark, but then trailing the play, McLeod got it in. Ben Trumbull trying to draw a penalty. The ball went up out of play. And Tavares. From Thompson through Roussel. Kirst puts it in the corner for Moran Weeks now. Lee setting the screen. Moran Weeks looking there for Keller and won't catch up to it before it hits the over and back line. Nate Whittam makes sure the restart happens in the corner. And the shot from Saris, that bounced off a body in front. I believe it was Billing, who looks to be the one favoring something as he heads off. May have to get back in the play, though. It's the turnover from Burlington. The low shot scores. It's Ben Trumbull. Fourth different scorer tonight off 5 goals now for Burlington. And that's just a shot around a screen. There's no chance that Whittam saw any piece of it. Sticks are out on the bench of Mimico. They want cheer on Roussel here for this face-off. Delamonte crouching in as well. And they call it a dead heat, so ball comes to Will McLeod. McLeod up top. Rawson directing traffic here for York. Far side, Marinier. Saris, the only one who hasn't touched it yet. He's going to set the screen for Marinier, and the shot goes wide. Look out, Gary. Up into our camera perch. One definitely went out and didn't hear a whistle, though, and Tavares waiting for the offensive unit to get out there. Finn Thompson eludes the high defender. He'll give back to Justin Lee. Short shot on the release for Isaiah Moran-Weeks. It did get through to touch the goaltender, so no over and back. Justin Tavares brings it back in. Let's go Mimico chant starts. And then stops as soon as I mention it. As the shot comes in, Deacon Knott makes the save. And look out, they're breaking out in transition again. It's English goes around the back. And Ty English was running out of space. That ball hopped a couple times and nearly with a very pretty ending in front of Whittam. But instead, we remain 5-3, just over 7 minutes gone here in the period. Low shot there. Knott will make the save and looks down floor again. This one going to short hop in on Whittam. And he'll pass it to the far side as Ben Trumbull was looking for a transition opportunity. Here's CJ Kirst. Racing through, low shot. He got buried afterwards, and there are all kinds of hands high now for a holding call as CJ Kirst went down. Second Mimico power play coming up of the period for the horse collar tackle. Third power play and 15 yards coming up against Burlington. Our thanks to league sponsors for supporting these broadcasts: Gatorade, the Dairy Farmers of Ontario, Scotiabank, and Empire Communities. We're making sure we can bring these games to you. Be sure you subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notifications as well. You won't miss a minute of the action as we take you all the way through to the Ontario Finals. Again, Orangeville can book their ticket tonight. They have scored on 10 of 13 shots as they lead 10-3 out in Pickering. The mountain gets pretty big for the Beaches to climb as they look to keep their season alive after making the Minto Cup last year. Defending champion Whitby Warriors were knocked out in the first round by Mimico. Whistle sounded, and they're going to say no goal on a chin strap violation up top. Oh. Roussel put it in, but after the whistle, play was stopped on a chin strap violation. Burlington trying to slow things down here. High screen on the near side. Was looking to open room, I believe, for McLeod, who does end up getting the shot away, but well wide off the end boards. Brennan to McIsaac, far side, room to run. We'll take it up and over center. Speaking of playoff eliminations, remember who it was that knocked off Mimico last year? They were the number one seed. Burlington 8. The first 8-over-1 sweep in about 70 years in Junior A lacrosse. This ball will bounce shot wide and all the way down in front of our broadcast position, where it'll be Ben Trumbull getting the restart. McDonnell and McIsaac spying Trumbull. Had Marinier breaking to the net. Taguri going with him. And a moving interference call as Trumbull may have got hit low as he staggers off. McIsaac. 23 seconds left here on the Mimico power play. He'll go up top to Lee. Now Thompson. Thompson across. He'll go into the corner. Isaiah Moran-Weeks. No quick stick this time. Lucas Dudemain shoots over top of a defender. Roussel grabs a rebound, turns and fires a low one on net as well. Rebound's going to bounce out into the corner. And Roussel got a piece of his man who goes down. And he's going to stay there. Looks like he's hurt. That's a couple Burlington players now on back-to-back possessions that may have got caught. And we get a Burlington player, well, in the penalty. Oh, that's the penalty that's about to expire. 1 second still left in it. Keep your eye on the loose ball battle into the corner. Oh, big chop on the way in. And Samard feeling it below the belt. There is Dan McRae, presumably asking why there was no slashing call. Penalty has expired. We're back to 5-on-5. Mimico 1 for 3 with the man advantage here this evening. Outside for Saris. Braden Saris finds McLeod. McLeod all the way back to the far side. Gonna duck and drive and shot, and a couple bodies in the crease. One of them was Tavares. I think it was underneath him. The shot from Perrant. CJ Kirst. Keller will clear space for the shot from Thompson, which hits not and goes wide. Now back up to the restraining line, right for Moran Weeks. Well away from his wrong side, but Dudemain has no wrong side. Big fake in front and scores. Vredenberg can see him coming, but can't do anything about it. As Dudemain cuts through and scores. And that'll make it a 1-goal game, 5-4 in favor of Burlington. Thompson picking up another assist. The only goal he hasn't assisted on was the breakout transition goal scored by Justin Tavares to open things up. 3 points on the night for the back-to-back OJLL points leader in the regular season. Go back to his brother Tanner, won it once. Jonathan Donville before him was up there. Mimico likes to have point total guys at the top of the standings. Look out, dancing ball behind Whittam, and it scores. A little too much on that shot, and just like that, 23 seconds is the answer. Marinier completing the hat trick. Off the goaltender and in. Couple bounces. We got ourselves a 6-4 game just past the halfway mark of this second period. And my goodness, Delamonte winning another one. Gonna take it himself this time, and Whittam makes the stop on the left pad. Hayden McDonnell to CJ Kirst. Kirst with the face-off twig. And he come out in transition. Dudemain has it. Through Keller, down into the corner. Double screen near side. They try the same play that Dudemain scored on, and they look to Lee. As the defense still had their back turned. Now Knott will send it up to Vredenberg. He'll slow it down with 8.5 to go. High pass goes off the window, intended for McLeod. Back to the far side again. Perrant on the run. Low shot skips past Whittam. And that'll be the shot clock violation that gives it back to Justin Tavares and the Mountaineers. Isaiah Moran-Weeks to Keller. Down in the corner. For all the scoring of Mimico, here's Thompson. Again, already on a three-point night. Think back to some of the great scorers that have come through Burlington the last couple of years, most notably Andrew Q, who did end up here in Mimico for the Minto run. Chris Bouchy, who plays in Halifax. Ryan Lee, of course. Lanchbury ripping it up with the Oakville Rock this season. As this ball bounces away and Burlington off to the races again. Boyle back to the trailer, and Mark Thompson and Ben Trumbull collide over in the outside boards. Quick check to make sure that Mark is okay. He says, yeah, we're good. We're back underway with a big high step shot from Lee. Rebound, Kirst undresses not for his first of the game. Five goals on the board for the Double Blue from 5 different players. You can see that Waters, that first shot, had a corner. And a weird stand, it looked like, position from Knott. He was really high on that goal. Kirst noticed that, and number of fakes, and Knott's going to call for the Gatorade break. With 7:10 to go. Giving the assist to AP, Owen Williams. On the goal that makes it 6-5. Over in Pickering, 10-5 for Orangeville. So a couple goal run there for the Beaches. Matt Collison. And Greg Palmer. Who else would it be? Five different scorers for Mimico here as they trail 6-5. Trying to get back in it. Remember last time they scored, it took 24 seconds for the answer off the faceoff. Mimico's bench gets an explanation from Mark Thompson. And they're going to put Roussel back in the draw against Telemontache, who has demolished all comers. Not this time, though. He's called for early movement. Kirst. Moran-Weeks. Mimico trying to tie it up. Up top for Keller. He'll go back across. Lee. Moran-Weeks down in the corner. This will be Waters. Moran-Weeks cut through, and that shot went from Thompson. Hit something in front and forced it wide. They're giving it back to Mimico, saying it was off a Burlington defender. Weeks due to me. Moran-Weeks in the corner, gonna cut through himself and score! How about 6 goals from 6 different players now for the Mountaineers in this game? Moran-Weeks gonna take it himself, beats 1, 2, and the sidearm beats Knott to tie it up at 6. Isaiah Moran-Weeks was amongst the league leaders in goals scored right up until the last couple weeks of the season. He was one of the first to hit the 20 mark. Cooled off a little bit as that crease man, but been opening up a couple more shots from the shooter spot of the offensive set. Up top, cutting through, and saved from Whittam off the left arm. Coming off the stick of Brendan Boyle. who's been stepping up in transition these past couple of sets. Aiden McDonnell backs into pressure, gains possession over the half-court line. Dudemain for Kirst. He'll put a high step on, find Mark Waters. Waters, high step up top, shot wide of the mark, and Lee and Knott were racing for it, and they're going to give Mimico the reset as they shoot again, and again it's over top of the net, and this one will go up and out of play, so no argument this time. I think what happened was the shot clocks weren't synced up on the reset. As now McLeod gets it back near side. Saris is the one who breaks free on the far side. Low shot from McLeod, hits a body in front and goes up and does not clear the glass. Shot clock under 10. Looking to feed Rawson on the cut through. Ends up off the boards, and Whittam will corral it in the big canoe paddle that they use for a goalie stick here in summer ball. Moran Weeks, Dudemain around his back to return it back to number 12. Captain Thompson. Through Moran Weeks down into the corner. Kirst looking for help. Gonna take it himself. Dudemain will clear out. Kirst crashes in late in the shot clock, and Dudemain, second opportunity. They are gonna say that first one didn't count as he followed his own rebound, not made the save anyways. 4.5 to go here in the second period. All tied up at 6, and why wouldn't we be in this series? It has been tremendous. Whittam making the save. Ball turned over though, and Burlington back with it. McLeod, high shot off the window. Tavares. He's got McIsaac with him as they're going to take off. Thought about a 2-on-1 break, but Mountaineers will slow things down. What a pace to this second period. What a pace to this semifinal series. Finn Thompson flips to Roussel on the outside. All kinds of space for Dudemain to take the shot. Hits it off Knott, and it goes back towards center. He'll let it clear the over and back line, and no call as the shot did hit the netminder. Isaiah Moran Weeks, big high step, gets hit as he cut through. Ball ends up to the outside corner. They do get the reset though. And it's Mimico coming in, closing in on 3 minutes left. Thompson, high pass for Waters. His big body there to get it. Low pass to Thompson, who just misses the left arm of Knott. This is Waters bringing it back down again. It's off the end boards. Roussel down to a knee. Under 10 on the shot clock. He backs into coverage. Roussel will turn, fire. On the crease, they score! Just what we said, Isaiah Moran Weeks has been not doing as much on the crease since teams got onto him. Everybody's eyes turned back the other way with all the play on the right side, and Moran Weeks sneaks through. And how about Roussel returning to the series? First game in the series, coming off injury. Mimico have the lead. They led 2-1 back in the first period with 7:47 left. This is their first lead since. Burlington trying to change that though. McLeod's shot doesn't get through. Rawson around a screen. McLeod through traffic, and he leaves a big oil slick, so we're getting a timeout. Coming, oh, look out, that bounced off a body. Now we're going to get a cross-checking penalty as Rawson came by. 2:23 to go. We remind you that neither team took a timeout. Whittam wants a Gatorade break here. Saturday, this series is going to shift back to Burlington. Only way to see that game is to get there yourself. Will it be tied 2-2 and become a best of 3? Or will Burlington be going home with a chance to clinch? If required, we will be back here on Sunday night for a 7 p.m. start time. Neither of these two teams, it seems, know how to play in a boring playoff series. Here's Saris on the 5th power play of the night for the Blaze. He'll put it up top, McLeod. Marinier had wound and fired, but took too long. McIsaac there to knock it free. Perron has to chase it down back by the restraining line. 10 on the shot clock. Now Marinier's shot is blocked. Went off a Mimico body, so no over and back. As now a high shot from Saris does not beat the shot clock. Aaron Chiguri gonna leave for CJ Kirst. New Jersey native, usually part of the rag team. They also put the big body of Justin Lee out there. Imagine Mark Waters is somewhere. The lefty here who pops free, and Finn Thompson. Thompson pointing to the cage. He wants Lee to go in. Doesn't, takes the shot. Not with a save, rebound to the corner. It'll be picked up by Mimico. And what happened in the crease? Net is knocked down. Burlington player picking up the pieces. Alexis Simard back out there. It's Ty English. I got tangled up with the net. And we'll got ourselves a wipe down. With a minute left. Our crew is right next to the supporters section, which is growing as the night grows long. Here in Mimico, it's a tradition that started back a few years ago with Final Six, when the Junior A's went to support the minor teams that were competing there. And as the A's returned back home here to Mimico, the minors decided to get the banners out and do the same thing for their Junior A brethren. And it's been the same ever since. Down in the south end of Mimico Arena, or pretty much anywhere you find a Mimico Junior A playoff lacrosse game. Neither team took a timeout in that first period, we remind you, so as we come down the wire here, minute 23 left. They'll both have one to use this period, and one to use in either the third or otherwise. Aaron Taguri grabbing the rebound off the shot from Whittam, who comes off his line to blow up Will McLeod. Kirst drawing a double team though with Simard. Now goes around the corner. Can he beat him? Turns into a triple team. Crowd wants a call. Kirst all by himself. Shot clock down to 5. Kirst, high shot forced with a good check. They are going to say that that was tipped by someone from Burlington. Kirst was the first one to argue that point, and now all three officials are going to talk about it with the trail coming in from the half line. Feels like this is going to be a huge possession call, and it goes the way of Burlington. Got to be honest, I thought that was going to be the decision when the play happened, and I was kind of surprised that they gave it to Mimico in the first place. Officials come together, get the call. Again, in my opinion, right. Halfway through the shot clock, no shot there. Would have made the save anyways. Is another wipe down. Yes, it's a hot one here in Mimico. We were up over 30 degrees with over 90% humidity today, and it's going to make these players pretty slick, and as physical as this series has been, they hit the turf once again. Quick peek of the other game tonight, and what was a 10-3 lead, if I'm not mistaken, it now turned 10-6 after 2 periods for the Orangeville Northmen. Looking to remain perfect, looking to sweep away the Toronto Beaches and make it back to the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League final series. Which would guarantee a different Ontario representative at the Minto Cup. Again, last year it was Toronto and Whitby out in Brampton. We'll be in St. Albert tonight. Whittam again coming out to throw the screen. This one on Kirst. Under 30 seconds to go in the period. CJ Kirst killing off the penalty. Keep the ball on the left-hand side. Moran Weeks going to go down to the crease. Dudemain back for Kirst. Moran Weeks never quite got there. Shoved out up top. It's Finn Thompson over top of everybody and trying to keep it alive. Shot clock sounds. And Deacon Knott wants a piece of whoever that was trying to dig through. Justin Lee's got someone in a headlock over there in the corner. And now Dudemain and Vredenberg, actually looked like one of Vredenberg's teammates pulling him out of the pile. See if there's any time left on the clock. We're showing zeros here. And the officials are going to discuss and see if we indeed are headed to intermission. I thought there would have been about 3 or 4 seconds. Aaron Chiguri wants an explanation, so does Ty English. Are they saying 3? Crease interference, if I'm reading the lips of Kyle Kennery correctly. I will try not to read the lips of the coaching staffs too much for obvious reasons. Dan McCrae popping into frame, and players are back out there, and 3 seconds are back on the clock. Starting down in the corner with Marinier. I don't see Brody Merrill out there on the floor, so I'm not sure that this is going to work. But get ready for a quick zoom. Quick pan here with 3 seconds left to go. Marinier is going to bomb it down as Brennan is face-to-face here with Hurst. And his skip, whoa, to McLeod. That almost did work. But instead, it's 7-6. Jess Mimico's second lead of the game. We'll see if they can carry it through period number 3. If they do, this series is all tied up. You're watching the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoffs, brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. Your third period comes up in 10 minutes.
our family dairy farm, there's a saying that the sun doesn't start the day, we do. It's our daily reminder to be our best, make our best. And that our dairy farm doesn't just take care of our family, it's part of something bigger. That's dairy done right.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Gatorade.
Here comes the third period between Burlington and Mimico. What a game it's been. What a series. And a quick turnover here. Roussel nearly knocked down. Will be on the second attempt. Vredenberg going to leave the loose ball there for Ben Trumbull. 7-6 is your score in favor of Mimico. They trail the series 2-1. Burlington going right to left here on your screen. Sidearm shot from Ty English. Bounces off Whittam and into the corner. We run way away from trouble by Meringue. Up top, Chuck Rawson. And it played back for English. Here's McLeod for Meringue. Gets a screen from Saris. Meringue still no shot. And finally takes one wide. Gets a twist rebound as well. That also hits the end boards. Shot clock violation against the Blaze. Tavares gets taken down. Looking for that loose ball, but he will get the reset. CJ Kurse playing hidden ball there with Finn Thompson. Gives to Thompson for real, who shoots. Not sure where it is. Rebound in front of him. He's got his back turned. And now the rebound picked up by Mimico. Dudemain over the shoulder. Not sure if that was a pass intended to go to the far side there for Lee or a shot on not. Either way, missed both. And now Lee knocks the ball and the stick away from Connor Knock. Isaiah Moran-Weeks slowly bringing it down into Burlington territory. We start this period 5-on-5. All teams have both timeouts. Up top here for Waters. Waters looks off the pass, takes the shot, and full splits. Saved, made by Knott. He has been doing that all series. One of those goaltenders that as the game rolls on, starts to get tougher and tougher to put him past him as well. Here's Marinier for Saris. It's Sam Perron as they go righty strong this set. This is Saris, who floats it over top of the defender and down in the corner. Back-to-back shot clock violations coming out of the intermission for the Burlington Blaze. Finn Thompson spins past the double team, steps up, sidearm shot, and that goes off the knee of Knott. Rebound right to Brooks English with some speed, going to take it across center. English, change happening in behind him, passes it all the way up top to brother Ty, reaches back across Whittam, who got the left arm there to turn it aside. He was sneaking away from the left post of the cage, but recovered just in time to knock it free. CJ Kurst will look for Waters after the little touch pass. Tavares trying to get his man free. Tavares found a cutter, and it just passed in front of Lee. Running into it, Nicholas Volkov switches hands so he can pass here to Will McLeod. 3-goal night for McLeod yet again. He's had a hat trick in all but one game so far in the series, including this one. Aaron Taguri will get to this loose ball first. Didn't pick it up, however, and then took a big hit, and you get a reset there as it bounces in on Whittam. Did the dive shot. What a move crossing center. I believe that was Lucas Billing. Kurst will slow things down. Moran-Weeks, all kinds of tied up right in front of the crease. Finn Thompson has the ball and a screen from Roussel. Pick and roll! And the ball bounces to the right side of Knott. He was right there. Roussel screened his man down, and Burlington was screaming for an interference call that didn't come. Now Vredenberg in front of the benches took a chop there from Dudemain at the bottom of the screen. Up top here from Marinier. Perron sets the screen. Rebound out for Ty English. One-hand grab. We'll slow it down. Perron back for McLeod again. English. Another offensive shift without Braden Saris. Down for Whittam. Extra whistles. And after that dive, They're going to call for the wipe down. Which could be a running theme here in this third period with the way it's been hot. Packed house not really helping things, but we remind you that this series is going to shift to Burlington on Saturday, 2 nights from now. It'll be a 7 p.m. start. Due to internet issues in the building, the only way to see that is to get there yourself. If required, we and the series will be back here for a game number 6 on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Will we find out if that'll be the case tonight, or will we have to wait until Saturday? Best to not make any plans right now. Mimico faithful trying to rouse up Finn Thompson, trying to rouse up the offense with an MVP chant followed by "Let's go Mimico." It'll be 2 to me. Low shot from Waters, rebound directly into the stick of Finn Thompson. 5 minutes gone here in the third. Thompson for Lee, far side, and there's sticks everywhere. Not made a save when the ball had never arrived. Curse now knocked down. Where is the ball? In the stick of Burlington. It's in the back of the net, down floor. It was Ben Trumbull that was all over his man right at center. Knocks down Kirsten, pops the ball free. He didn't know where it was. But Saris did. And he will tie this game again. Would love to go back and count the number of times this series has been tied, because it seems like every single goal is a game-tying goal. Saris with his second goal and 5th point of the night. Trumbull's got a goal and an assist, as does Hayden Hiltz. Alex Marinier with 3. Off the face-off! A rare win for Mimico in the series, and wasn't sure where it was. It goes off the stick of Ty English and into the crowd. Mimico will get a free possession here, but again, it comes off a rare face-off win. CJ Kirst shoots around traffic, and moving screen finally called after Keller came off the bench and went straight into, I believe it was Brendan Boyle, took him all the way into the corner. Ty English over the top here with swagger, Marinier. It'll now be returned for Perron. Marinier, shot wide. I don't know if something's up with Saris, or they're trying to mix the look here at Burlington, or just trying to save him for certain situations, but one of their top goal scorers not out there for every possession so far. Only counted twice that number 21's touched the floor. I've got a good view of the trainer not paying attention to Saris. Look at the moves from Thompson. Couple there, and now a big collision in behind. Lee is at the bottom of it. Burlington player gets stepped on, and Justin Lee is holding on to his left knee. Yelling at Deacon, not going to go have words with him. This starts with Thompson, and then, oh my. No wonder Lee had something to say to Deacon Knott. As Lee is still trying to make his way off the floor. Only penalty so far going to Mimico. I can't believe that's going to stay. Officials want to call the captains in, Vredenberg and Aaron Taguri. Crowd letting not know. That's Finley Thompson in the bench, in the penalty box. And nothing on the clock, so Thompson for cross-checking, not for slashing, and they're both 5-minute majors. So Finn Thompson off the floor for the next 5 minutes for a 5-minute cross-checking major. Offset by the slash from Deacon Knott. We remain 5-on-5, but the straw that stirs the drink of this Mimico offense is sitting for 5 minutes and a dead ball. Deacon Knott down floor off the stick of Vredenberg. He's being chased down there. We're going to need a full-on Zamboni to take care of that wipe down. It's a slick from just inside the restraining line, nearly all the way to the crease. Jacob Keller dodges the double team. Keller looking for a cutter. It was Moran Weeks that got tripped up. Now we get another slick. Dudemain handles the bouncer off the bench. Cursed! The cannon! Look at all the space that CJ Kirst is going to get here. He is going to load and absolutely snipe a hole in the back of the mesh behind Deacon Knott. Second assist on the night for Dudemain. Lead back to Mimico, 8-7. They're crediting Isaiah Moran Weeks, but that was CJ Kirst all the way. A huge bomb from outside. Take you back to the penalty situation. As we look at the Mimico supporters in behind the net. Towel gang having to make 200-foot run. There, yeah, the initial penalty is Finn Thompson. Well, given to Finn Thompson, he gets pulled out of the pile for the cross check to the head there at the beginning. So, didn't see that initially. But again, it takes the top setup man and the two-time league scoring champion off the floor for 5 minutes here. But we did remain 5-on-5. Tanner Thompson told me before the game, not only was it transition, but in the last game, Burlington scored more transition goals than Mimico did 5-on-5. They wanted to step up their 5-on-5 game so that the transition opportunities did not happen. Those 5-minute majors are huge here in this third period. Kirst goes heavy into the outside boards after picking up the faceoff. Still with it, still under attack from Delamonte. And now finally passes it into the stick of Dudemain. Waters, pass to Dudemain. And Waters getting a penalty here as it'll be a high stick. The helmets come off of Brendan Boyle. Just checking the chicklets, and Waters arguing the call, but it will be a high stick. And it will be Burlington's 6th power play of the night at possibly the most inopportune time. Pushing into the screen, the stick rides up, and you can see the full face of Brendan Boyle underneath the mask. There is Saris again. Seen limited time here in this third period, although in the early going. The outside shot from McLeod will be chased back to the over and back line. It's in the stick of Mimico. Coming in on the crease, and a big collision. Knott goes down. It was his own player, Brennan, and we need a trainer for Deacon Knott. Perhaps the biggest trade acquisition in some years in the OJLL at the deadline. Everything about this, except for the feet going into the cylinder, are good from Caden Brennan. The collision from Deacon's own man, pardon the pun, is not. He remains down. Paying a lot of attention to that right leg. When he came over from Peterborough, remember back to last year in Peterborough, nearly single-handedly stole the series for the Lakers against the Toronto Beaches. And he gets traded at the deadline along with Zach Thompson, Ben Trumbull, Cole Gervais, and a couple other players going the other way. Knott nods to Saris that he's okay. But this Burlington team went 8-2 with him between the pipes down the stretch. One of those was the final loss of the regular season. Knott says he's good, does some housekeeping in his crease, looked off the trainer. And next time down the floor, we'll see if that right leg is indeed okay. Minute 34 left in the power play. Down into the corner. Here's Mirigny. Saris keeping it up high with McLeod. They keep the pass game going. Quick stick to the crease. They score! That was McLeod down on the crease with the third power play of the game. Power play goal, excuse me. And it'll be Will McLeod, his first of the game. Braden Saris with 6 points now off 8 Burlington goals. Game sheets credited it to Vredenberg. Are they saying that comes off the major? No, we're 5-on-5. Penalty continues to tick down on the board and just wasn't cleared. Very confused and perhaps concerned for a second. As we sit tied 8-7. Another whistle. Did we have a clock? No, we need a wipe down over the top here. Well, dying minutes of that game out in Pickering. Beaches will not go quietly. It's 11-9. Showing minute and 20, maybe a minute and a half left in that game. Again, Toronto Beaches trying to stay alive. If Orangeville win tonight, they will head to the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Final Series. They will move to 27-0 on the season. They will await the winner of this series. Look on your left at Finn Thompson in the box. He went in there at the 13:36 mark. So he's only served 2 minutes of his 5 plus a dead ball. As we've got a number of stoppages for goals, injuries, wipe downs. I mean, he could be in there for about 18 minutes on a 5-minute major. Long shot from the outside, eludes Whittam and everything else. So bounce the length of the floor, and a slip there is we'll call for another wipe down. It was Cameron York losing his footing, as much as that got the rise out of the crowd. That's hate to see something bad happen to one of these players as a result of a floor condition. Again, very hot throughout the day here in southern Ontario. Temperatures were above 30 degrees Celsius with a humidex of pretty close to 100%. Kirst has the ball in the corner, which is where he's going to restart. Pair of goals for Kirst so far. All the way up top for Isaiah Moran-Weeks. Roussel and Lee will be the righties. Kirst back for Moran-Weeks. They've got Dudemain cutting through the middle, and going back to Lee. Just skipped high off his stick. Knott comes out to throw a screen, so looks like he's all right. Not favoring that right leg as much as he was earlier on. Yeah, and that was a story in that game we saw, game number 2 of the series between Orangeville and Toronto, that Andrew Kidd went down. Also up for goaltender of the year. On the crease, they score again. McLeod has come alive here in the third period. You can see all the attention being paid to Marinier. It was being paid like that to Saris earlier on, and when you look at those two, you forget about this guy. Will McLeod now has a pair. And the Burlington Blaze have the lead. Saris with an assist to give him 7 points off 9 Burlington goals. Another tremendous game as they're going to call Mimico for the face-off violation this time. Looked like one of the Mountaineers players kicked it, was the signal from the official. Low shot this time from Ty English, who they've credited the last goal to. Bit hard to see from down here. They're 200 feet away in our broadcast position. But either way, the 9th goal for Burlington has given them the lead back. 9-8. Mimico will bring it back over center. It's in the stick of Lucas Dudemain. Past the halfway mark of this period. 9-8 in favor of Burlington. Dudemain for Kirst. Falling far side was Lee. He gets back up. Keller into his man who slipped. Looked like Vredenberg went down, and we'll get another wipe down. I'm not sure where the screaming's coming from, but if it's the bench, I'm surprised no one's got tossed yet. 9:36 to go, and this has been inching along this period here. The 8:36 mark, so in 1 minute is where Finn Thompson will be allowed to return to this game. I don't know what the actual elapsed time is of that penalty, but again, it is a lengthy one. Looks like we've got a final in Pickering. 12-9 Orangeville Northmen sweep the Toronto Beaches. Assistant coach and GM Alex Krepensek taking mop-up manners into his own hand in front of his bench. Long shot off the end boards. That was looked like a design play intended for Moran Weeks or Keller to get a rebound as the shot clock was dying down. So again, we're a minute away from Finn Thompson returning to this game, and he will be like an uncaged bull, you can be sure, when he gets back onto the floor. Ball briefly skips away from Burlington. Here's Marinier on the run, sidearm shot, Whittam the save, and the rebound bounces back into the stick of Mimico. They'll cross center with Owen Williams, leaving it for Kirst. He'll stop it for Roussel. Kirst gives it to Mark Waters. On the crease was Keller. Waters still has it, pick and roll with Kirst. Ball skips away from Keller as well. And now Roussel from long range scores, and there was time on the shot clock. See if we keep the shot clock in frame here, but no, we don't. But I did look at it, and there was a tick on it, and the celebration is on here in Mimico. And that will release Finn Thompson as well. 9-9 your score. 8:34 left in regulation time. Did you expect anything less from this series? Another slip on the face-off there as Hayden Hiltz went on the slip and slide. Collision as Saris gets knocked away from the crease. And another timeout and a wipe down. Late goal from Caleb Benedict in that other game is the one that's going to send the Toronto Beaches packing. They scored 9 goals off 60 shots. So how about a 51 save performance for Chris Origlieri? For my money, has league MVP, and it's had it for a while, and goaltender of the year. Take nothing away from Deacon Knott and Andrew Kidd, who had phenomenal seasons and would have won if not for the display he put on. We've seen that a couple years now, a couple times, where players have declared for the NLL draft early, gotten drafted, played a couple of seasons, as Origlieri's done in San Diego. And I wonder if they know something that the rest of us don't with Frank Chiliano signing in Saskatchewan. Chris Origlieri looking mighty good in Junior A this season. And he's off to the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Finals. Here it's 9-9. 8 minutes to go in regulation. Isaiah Moran-Weeks has a cutter. It's Finn Thompson. I told you when he came out of the box he'd be flying. Alexis Samard matched him stride for stride that time. Back the other way, it's Saris who takes a shot and forces Whittam into a save. Kirst will slow it down across the timeline. Finn Thompson has yet to leave the floor. He's got it here in the corner. Moran-Weeks on the crease. High man is Waters. Does collect that pass, a sidearm shot. Skips past Knott. And up out of play, 7:37 to go in the fourth. Ty English showing fourth period here. Of course, this is just the third. Yet to be determined if a fourth is required for the third time in this series. English will watch McLeod pick up the loose ball in the corner. McLeod now back to English. Saris is way high out of the play. Now switches spots with Marinier. Still in the stick of English though. Draws a double team. The pass to McLeod bounces off his stick. And Saris can't get it before the shot clock will sound. Mimico led by Lucas Dudemain. Lee crashes in. Moran Weeks getting worked over on the crease. They have Waters out there. And it's in the stick of Roussel. Quick shot. Shoulder save made by Knott. No Finn Thompson on this offensive set. Dudemain up for Roussel. Roussel with Lee works around the screen. Looking for help. It's Dudemain. Pass bounced off his stick. A couple big chops through the middle. Waters. Cutter is Roussel over the shoulder. And the save made by Knott. And all tangled up over in the corner. Right on the side of perhaps a violation, but Cooper Jackson gets away with it. Chuck Rawson playing catch with McLeod. Marinier gets past a screen from Saris. He'll try and set another one. That shot hits off a body, and it's inside the glove, I think, of Braden Pitt, who was trying to show it to the official, and then took a slash on the glove, trying to knock it free. They're going to rule. As that ball got hit in the glove, they're going to rule that we're going to go draw ball, which again has been the part of the game owned by Steve Delamonache. We need a wipe down in the crease of Nate Whittam. My next business idea is to be goaltender crease with windshield wipers in them so that we can get through the third period of a Junior A playoff game without disruptions. Vredenberg and Tavares at the bottom of your screen there. They're jawing with each other. Again, that man-on-man battle started with CJ Kirsten Vredenberg. And interesting, well, as I say that, Tavares leaves your frame and Kirsten is going to come and match up against Vredenberg again. It'll be Roussel at the face-off dot this time. We remind you to subscribe to this channel. Saturday night, we will not have the game for you. The only way to see it is to get yourself to Central Arena in Burlington. Take a freezy with you. Trust me, it'll be 7 p.m. start there. On the run, Delamonache from the faceoff. Whittam will make the save, holding it against his left leg. And if required, we will be back here in Mimico on Sunday night for a 7 p.m. start. Download the OJLL app for the entire schedule so you can keep up to date with that game Saturday if for some reason you can't get to Burlington. Waters to Finn Thompson back here in Mimico. 5.5 left in the third period. Kirst, high steps through the middle. Thompson, the shot, and not got the save. Rebound rolls away. It's in the stick of Nicholas Volkov. Volkov drops the shoulder through his defender. Whittam down. And this will no doubt be another wipe down as Whittam hangs on. Both teams have both timeouts. They haven't needed any of them with all the stops here in this third period. But every time you get a wipe down, teams using it as an unofficial Gatorade break for the goaltenders. And perhaps to drop a play, although Mimico already has Dudemain, Isaiah Moran Weeks, Jacob Taylor, and Mark Waters out there. Thompson comes out now, and they've got one. He's going to take the spot of Keller because Roussel is back by the crease, looking for the restart. Our thanks to Gatorade, sponsor of the league. Empire Communities, Scotiabank. And the Dairy Farmers of Ontario, the official sponsors of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoff game of the week. Roussel will bring it up for Mimico. Closing in on 5 minutes left in regulation time. Roussel. Thompson will set the screen. Falling in front of the crease was Moran Weeks. Gonna stay there. Waters got the screen from Dudemain. Now Moran Weeks cutting through. They go quick stick. What a save from Deacon Knott. But back in, called against Brooks English. Looked like he started with his foot in the crease, but the ball was outside. Mimico retains possession. And they started with Finn Thompson. No looks it into the corner for Dudemain. No looks it back to Thompson. Shot never got there. Hits off the leg of Hayden Hiltz, who takes off in transition. Already scored once like that here in this game. Quickly back the other way they go. Marinier to Saris to the back of the net. Braden Saris now with the hat trick. Hiltz has a 3-point night and a 4-point game for Marinier. Just enough space through the 5-hole of the sliding Whittam for that one to sneak into the back of the net. 10-9 is your score. 4:31 left to go. We've seen goals to take the lead with 31 and 28 seconds left in regulation. We've seen goals to force overtime with 5 and 1 second left on the clock. Again, with 4 minutes and 20 seconds here in the third, we may need all of those to decide a winner and perhaps more here tonight. Kirst to Dudemain. Moran Weeks being all kinds of worked over in the corner, in front of the crease. Comes up to set the screen. Shot from Dudemain. Wide. Not recovers to make a save on Lee. But we've got a holding the stick penalty coming against Burlington. What a save from Deacon Knott at the end of this sequence. You'll see the penalty coming up first. Right there, I believe, as the glove and everything goes flying. But here comes the return save from Knott, standing tall, my goodness. Dudemain will set up. Thompson high, they've got Lee down in the corner. Haven't looked at the lefties yet, which are Waters and Moran Weeks. Now behind the back. Touch pass into the corner. That's Lee. Waters with it. High screen, Dudemain. Thompson, Waters, Dudemain. Aerial pass, Isaiah Moran Weeks has 5 to shoot. They try the quick stick with Finn Thompson. Circles the crease. Down looking for Lee, and that was all kinds of potential on that set for Mimico, but otherwise fairly discombobulated. This their 4th power play of the game. They are 1 for 3 coming in. No sense of urgency whatsoever on a very spread out floor for this Burlington penalty kill. Saris now takes off running on the near side. Ball in the stick of Ty English on the run. Tries a sidearm rip that goes well wide, and Whittam will just corral it. Takes the penalty time down to 50 seconds. Under 3 to play here in the third. There is a lull and a very nervous calm in this building right now. As I say that, the Mimico faithful get behind their team. Waters wanted Lee for the quick stick. He wasn't ready for it. Waters back for Moran Weeks. Waters turns and fires. Bounce right back to Lee, but off his stick, and he gets run into the outside boards. No interference call. Back with it is Alexis Samard. Samard will cross center. Not sure where the count was. The Ty English now going to walk it to the outside. Under 10 to play on the power play, and we are close to the 2-minute warning. Penalty box door opens up, and we are 5-on-5, and Ty English is going to take off. English slips. Stick gets knocked out of his hand. Ball goes all the way into the corner. And every time a player hits the floor now, we're going to need multiple towels to take care of it, which gives us a chance to breathe and catch our breath. Minute 50 seconds left. 10-9 for Burlington. This series has been everything you could have asked for it. That man right there walking out of your frame, Deacon Knott, has been tremendous. Nate Whittam back the other way. Has matched him nearly save for save. Shots showing hasn't been updated since the break, but 30-29 through 2 periods for Burlington over Mimico. We finally found out who it is, and their night is an early one. On the right-hand side, headed down stairs. Well, the chant is thank you somebody. I can't catch the name, but it should have been the you can't do that we heard earlier perhaps. Play will be whistled in, and it's CJ Kirst. Gonna come left first to Dudemain. We are 5-on-5. Roussel, Dudemain. Screen set by Moran Weeks. Dudemain returned it. Weeks wasn't open. Bounces off the end boards. Up to Finn Thompson looking to dig for it. It bounces away. It's Roussel. Splits the defense. Twist shot. Looking 5-hole and it's not there. Not had everything closed. Owen Taze starts the transition counterattack for Burlington. We close in on the final minute here of regulation. Chuck Rawson out towards the outside. 10 left of the shot clock. Another slip towards the crease there, and bit of a high step from Owen Williams. See, now gets back in position. Ball way outside, and shot clock about to sound. And I think we need a wipe down in the crease again, if I'm not mistaken. 51.4 left here in the fourth. Remember, nobody has used timeouts here tonight. Although we do have riot cards out, so I wonder if one was called here. Well, again, if you thought you were doing something this weekend, you are not doing anything except for going to Burlington on Saturday. The only way you can see that game at 7 p.m. If required, this series and our crew will be back here in Mimico on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Subscribe to this channel. Download the OJLL app. Follow along with the entire series. And we'll take you down to the OJLL final, which has its first participant tonight. The 26-0 Orangeville Northmen, 27-0, excuse me, as they win 12-9 and win the series 4-0 over the Toronto Peaches. Nate Whittam is on the bench. 53.4 on the clock. Thompson, Keller on the far side, Lee in the middle, Dudemain and Kirst are the lefties. Ball will be brought up by Moran Weeks. Lee working over his defender right in front of the crease. That opens a shot for Thompson. Tries to reach across and put the rebound in. No one's gone back to putting Woodham in the crease. And the outlet pass is knocked down by Simard. 8-second count against Burlington. Mimico will get possession back with 32.2 on the clock. Dudemy and Thompson are high. There's the play call from Dudemy. And it's still him and Thompson, and it bounces away. Does it get far enough for Volkov? Yes, it does. On the breakaway, into the back of the net. And it is an 11-9 lead for Burlington. Volkov wins the pair of sevens battle. And Deacon Knott trying to fire up his boys as he comes out of the crease. We've seen crazy stuff in this series, but we're also seeing a lot of people heading for the exit here with a 2-goal lead with 12.9 to go. How about those pair of saves now from Deacon Knott? A right to left quick stick taken away by the stick, and then a standing rebound that bounced right off his shoulder. Burlington 3 for 6 on the power play. Mimico 1 for 4. What a game, what a series. As Roussel wins the faceoff. Mountaineers not going to go quietly. It's Kirst who loses his footing. And I'm not sure if he's holding his foot. Yeah, I wondered if he blew out his shoe, but he's holding his foot as CJ Kirst. And he's going to hobble off. As the game ends, 11-9 in favor of the Burlington Blaze, who have won 3 straight in this series to now lead 3-1. All thanks to that man right there, Deacon Knott, who had an incredible third period. So we recap, 12-9 the score from Pickering. The Orangeville Northmen sweep away the Toronto Beaches. And they are 27-0 on the season. Burlington 1 game away from advancing to the OJLL final series against the Northmen. Deacon Knott makes 43 saves off 52 Mimico shots. Just trying to see how many of them were in that third period. 23 shots. He made 21 saves in the final frame to give his Burlington Blaze an 11-9 victory here tonight and a 3-1 lead in the series. Our director tonight has been Chris Main. Our producer for the JVI Sports Network is Gary Morrison, and for the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League is Colleen Grimes. On behalf of them, our crew, and the league, we want to thank you for tuning in. I'm Matthew Carrick. Get yourself to Burlington Saturday. 7 p.m. is the start time. Burlington leads 3-1 here in this semifinal.